I decided to prank my friend Wildflower by recreating all of her videos until she notices that something's up. So first was this meringue speed paint, and I did it in MS Paint. Normally I would use Krita, but I'm lazy and also I didn't want to plug in my drawing tablet, so I did make this with only my mouse, and that's why it looks really bad, but it's okay. Maybe one day I will make an actual speed paint of Fauna where I try and I use my stylus. So if you really want to see how this speed paint actually looks, then you can watch the full thing, but that's basically the gist of it. Here's how it turned out. Obviously not very good, but it was then time to recreate the video itself. So I noticed at the end she showcased it with these paper things, so I hopped into Canva and I did this. Now I was really feeling like the Temu version of Wildflower. And then at the start she had this hope you enjoy thing, and so I literally bummed somebody's Animal Crossing character off of Google Images, and it was time to work on the thumbnail. So here's how it came out. You can try to find a similar fake washi tape. So at this point the next thing to do was to copy and paste her description box and to change out the words that didn't apply, so just changing meringue for fauna, that type of thing. And the other thing was that the background music she used was actually removed from YouTube, so I just tried to get a similar lo-fi kind of vibe for the music. She also didn't use any hashtags or put videos on the end screen, so all that was left to do was upload it and wait and see if she would notice. At this point, our friend Acacia Flowers and I both thought that she would notice immediately, so I made sure to uncheck the publish to subscriptions feed and notify subscribers setting, hoping that if she didn't find my video on YouTube, we would be safe. So for video 2, it was this Miraculous Paris edit, and I decided to browse the Midnight's album for a song, and I settled on Antihero as it kind of matched the vibe I was going for with my Peppa Pig edit, and I didn't want to do a Miraculous edit because I thought that would be way too obvious considering I've never mentioned watching it ever.
One eternity later.
So from there I had to make the thumbnail, and this time I was like really convinced she was gonna notice, because this thumbnail I even tried to copy the text colors as best as I could, and I couldn't find like the image I wanted for like that monitor she put the Paris on top of, but I was able to find a Peppa Pig Paris scene, and so I just tried to put Peppa and Susie over top in the same spot that I forgot what the miraculous people's names are in her thumbnail. Now at this point it was really clear that I do not type like this ever in my description boxes, and she absolutely does. And she always puts this big disclaimer thing at the bottom of her edits, and I never put the big disclaimer thing, and I felt really awkward at this point because she was like, I knew I had to do something about it, and this was just like a copy. It wasn't like I personally felt so compelled to this specific song in this specific album to make this Peppa edit. But I feel like I did kind of do it justice because I did spend a long time picking the clips so that they would match the lyrics of the song. I changed around a few things, like changing up the positive quote into a negative one, since this was kind of about like Peppa and Susie kind of like fighting and having some troubles to match with the song. And yeah, I was just ready to post it after I made my thumbnail. But you guys already saw that, so I think let's just skip to the results, because after this video is actually when she noticed. So it turns out that what actually ended up happening is at first she saw the edit and she didn't realize that it was a parody of her own video until she opened the description box, and she didn't actually see the Animal Crossing speed paint until after the edit, and by then she checked that description box and it was definitely clear that it was her description box. So that brings us to the end of the video, and if you enjoyed this or anything on my channel, then feel free to stick around because I will be uploading things. Goodbye.